first thing I will say to you is hi. How are you? How are you doing today? That's the first word I say it in America when I come and I start meet people. The first word I say it is hi. My name is Maher Mahmood. I'm from Iraq. I born in Baghdad. I grew up speaking Arabic. When I told people I'm from Iraq, they think I live in a country where there is a desert, we don't have TV, and we have horses, no cars. I mean, that's make me laugh because we have everything. We had an amazing life. When I was 13 years old, it was the worst days in my life. Just hearing bomb and all my family, my cousin, uncles, we all go to my grandparents' house and we said, if something happened, if bomb falling, we die together. I remember I just stay and everyone cry and everyone praying and dark, there is no electricity. When I was 18, I wanted to help my country. I decided to work with the US military. And my cousin told me, oh, they're going to call you to test your English. And I said, I don't speak any English. My English was zero. Like, I don't know how to say hi. And I was like, think. So we have internet only at home. And we have Google Translate. I take Google Translate and I translate how to say, hi, good morning, sir. I am so excited to come tomorrow. I start work there and they told me, your English is not that great. Every day I start learning one word more. Saying something in Arabic, find it in English, write it, practice it, and come back, do it again. I collect words, paper, date, address, today, tonight, tomorrow. After 9 months working at my job, I received mail with bullet inside, and I open the mail at home and I see the word saying, you work with our enemy, United States. And if you don't leave in 24 hours, we will kill you and we will kill all your family. My father got shot, but he survived and we left Iraq and we moved to Jordan quick. United Nations, next of kin, application, refugee. After waiting 1.5 years, the UN, they told us, you going to America. And I come to this state and it's called Connecticut. Where can I leave my car? I am thirsty. Hurry up. Everyone like, hurry up. I am very tired. I am lost. It was so difficult. And I really realized like, this is a new country. I don't know anybody. But I just see myself, I start to have more conversation with people. And that gives me feeling of, I speak different language now. And still remembering the first day when I learned how to say hi and good morning and how are you. If you feel you don't have the opportunity, never ever give up. My advice is take it day by day, word by word. Hi everyone, this is Maher. Thank you, Denzel. Thank you, Jake, for this great opportunity to be part of this webinar. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. And I'm really glad to be part of this webinar. And I would like to share with you a story. So I came to America in 2014. And I remember when I arrived, I felt really happy. I felt like there's so many people around the world dream to come to that country, and I made it here. And I remember walking around the street and just meeting people and talk to them and sharing my story with them. Many people ask me like, where are you from? How did you get here? And tell me your story. And I always share my story, and I felt empowered by sharing my story. And I remember the organization who bring refugees to America and bring me in Connecticut. They asked me to go to different high school and share my story with the student. And I was like, yes, definitely, I would love to do that, because I felt it's important to do this. And I remember going to the first high school. I was very afraid. I don't know what they're gonna say. I don't know if they're gonna like it. I don't know if my English is not very good. I was kind of scared. But I remember sharing that story. I started with saying, my name is Maher Mahmood. I'm from Iraq. I born in Baghdad. And I was
when I was in Iraq, I love photography and I have my camera with me. And wherever I go on the street, I take photos of people. And I remember one day, Iraqi police officer stopped me and told me, why are you taking photos? And I said, I love taking photos. I'm an artist. He took my camera and he broke it with AK-47. And I remember feeling heartbroken. Why they break my camera? And I realized in Iraq, we're allowed to have guns, but we're not allowed to have camera. Because with my camera, I could share with the world what's going on there. And I remember sharing that with the kids. I look at them eyes and I saw how much they're engaging with that and how they understand it. They're not just kids. And they completely understand. And that's also empowered me to share more. And I remember we got threatened by the terrorists and we had to move from Iraq to Jordan. And we moved to Jordan, and from Jordan, we waited 1.5 years, and finally, we came to United States. And I remember United Nations asked me to pick what state I like to go in America, and I picked Connecticut. I used to call it Kentucky. And Connecticut became my home, and I love it here. People are very kind and very nice. And the one thing helped me as a refugee to feel good and feel part of this country is when people empower me, when people understand me. They understand what refugee word is. And also realizing how much important when I share my story with students or go to colleges or go to different churches, it's so important to tell a story. When you share a story, you feel empowered. And the one thing I don't want you to do is don't feel sad for the refugees or immigrant. Don't feel sad for them. That's the last thing you could do as a teacher. It's something they don't like that. We already here in this country, we have this mindset. We want change and we are powerful and we are smart and we want to make change. All we care about is people challenge us to do better. And I remember that video Google made. It's in 2017. It helped me empower me. And I feel I could do more. I could work at the best company in the world. It's not because I'm a refugee, I can achieve more or I could do more. All they done is just they made a video simple and more powerful. And that helped me feel I could do whatever I can. And even when I go to different high school, I empower these kids. These kids are not kids, they are leaders. And if you treat them this way, you will see one day this generation or the next generation, we could make a better world. Thank you, everyone.